Hello guys, good morning. How are you? I hope just fine. So let's go. Today we have to correct some pages, okay? Page 26 and page 27, okay? I think that I asked you to do, and after this, so we have to correct. So pay attention, because here, so first exercise here we have Wednesday fun. Buy one pizza and get two. Every Wednesday takeout or delivery. So we have to choose. According to it, you must buy one pizza in order to get another one for free. Yeah, it's true. Sorry guys, I put the correction. You don't have to order two pizzas on Wednesday. Yes. To use the discount, you don't have to collect the pieces you buy, imagine. So it's just 1, 2, and 3, because to use the discount, you must order pizzas on weekend. No. So it's letter D. Okay. So here, choose the correct option to complete the sentence. In your book, I think that is. Underline the correct option to complete the sentence, then match each sentence to what they express, you know? Believe me, if you are claiming something in your ad, you should have some research data to back it up. You had better or you don't have. So, I say, believe me, if you are claiming something, of course, had better, okay, to have some research data to back it up. I hate the fact that some advertisements try to persuade teenagers to do things they like, drink or drive. Mustn't. Okay? Mustn't do. That they don't have to do, you know? At this point, our product needs a temporary name. It should or doesn't have to be perfect, because we can change it later. What do you think? So, if we can change it later, it doesn't have to be perfect, you know? So, because we can change it later. Ads for medical drugs. Can't or ought not to be misleading in any way. In this case, can't, okay? Because you can't do something. The law stipulates that all price claims made in an ad correspond to the final price customers pay at the store. Have to or had better. In this case, have to, okay, because we're talking about a law that stipulates something. So a good slogan should recall the trademark name, which preferably doesn't have to be included in it, or ought to include in it. Guys, ought to include in it, okay, to be included in it. So, new products be expensive to avoid getting stuck on the store shelves. New products had better not be expensive, okay? So, I believe, I don't know if I have here. Yes, I have to match each sentence to what it express. So advice is number 6, you know? Because I say, you ought to do something. Remember that? So strong advice, I'm talking about 1 and number 7. Why? Because I say, you had better have some research. It can be a strong advice, you know, because you must do the research. And 7 had better not to be expensive to avoiding, you know, so eu não posso colocar os dois aqui. So, both, well, 1 or 7, it's okay. Yes. Obligation. Number 5, because here, have to, you know, so it's an obligation. Lack of obligation is number 3, because I say doesn't have to. You don't have to do something, you know. And prohibition, it can be number 2 and number 4, but I'm gonna put here mustn't, okay? So let's see. Yes. Okay, so it's that. After that, we have here some developing. As a rule, modal verbs are always followed by a base form of the main verb. Since the particle to in have to and ought to is not an indication of the infinitive form of the main verb, it should be maintained. You know that? So I've talked to you before. So here we have to identify the mistakes in the sentence and then we write them correctly. Let's see. There's too much advertising around us, so you should ignore ads that are not targeted at you. Guys, you can't put should to, okay? You should ignore it. So take out this to. Okay, this to is wrong. Number 2, there are some rules that we mustn't to break when preparing an advertising campaign. The same thing, okay? Because we can't say mustn't to break, okay? Mustn't break, it's just that. Don't get discouraged. You ought to not focus on the negative side. I told you the right answer, sorry. But ought not to focus on the negative side of things, you know? Ought not to. You know, ought to, so ought not to. I don't know if you understood, but I'm gonna put here. So there's too much advertising around us. So you should ignore ads that are not targeted at you. There are some rules that we mustn't break when preparing an advertising campaign. Don't get discouraged. You ought not to focus on negative sides of things. You know? So I think it's okay. So the next page is 27. Here we have how manipulative advertising works and what to do about it. So I'm gonna show you the answers. If you have any doubts, please after contact me, because we're gonna have a class at Zoom, okay? But here, let me see if I can put here, sorry. So the first one is letter A, okay? So in a competitive market, that we see must be more detailed so that they can differentiate their products from others. So number 1, must, you know. Number 2, for instance, a restaurant may serve a good tasting and healthy burger in less than a minute. But why should, letter A, you choose there amongst all the others? Because they told you to. If you're not bred to think, which is often so number 3, what should you do? Should, letter A. After number 4, shouldn't, you shouldn't do it, okay? So number 5, letter A, ought to, okay? You ought to think about what the ad is saying and consider the favorable aspects of the product and so on. Number 6, you had better, letter B, you had better. So the sequence is number 1, letter A, number 2, letter A, number 3, letter A, number 4, letter B, number 5, letter A, and number 6, letter B. Guys, just a thing. In number 1 and number 3, you can also choose letter C and letter C, you know? So number 1, you can use you must or you ought to. There's no difference. In number 3, you can put you should or you must. There's no difference, okay? And the other one are number 4, letter B, number 5, letter A, and number 6, letter B, okay? So I'm gonna go to the choose the correct modal verb to complete the excerpt. In a competitive market, that's so more detailed. This is, ok, so... agora eu achei, gente, como é que tá aqui, tá? Mas pode ser esse. Sorry. Choose the correct modal verb. Eu não sei se o de vocês tem aí, tá? Eu acho que não tem esse. Deixa eu ver, porque aqui no meu tem um exercício que não tá no de vocês. Esse exercício aqui não tá no de vocês. Let me see. Não tá assim. Tá, já entendi, pessoal. Nesse primeiro aí, então... Deixa eu ver. In a competitive market that we see must or ought to, you know? Aqui não tá assim, mas essa é a resposta, tá, gente? Ou é must ou ought to, you know? A 2, que é a que a gente tinha falado, o should, tá? Agora acho que vocês entenderam, né, o que eu quis dizer, que agora é que apareceu aqui pra mim. Tá? Depois no 3, que eu falei pra vocês que podia ser ou should ou must. Pode ser o should. Ou pode ser o must, que ele não vai considerar aqui, ó. Ele não vai considerar, mas pode ser tanto um quanto o outro, tá, gente? O 4, que foi que eu falei pra vocês, pode ser o shouldn't. Five, ought to. And 6, had better. Letter B, you know? Agora tá certo, entenderam? Ok? E agora sim, exercise 5, according to the cartoon, the supermarket wants customer to believe that they... Look, customers who bought this item also bought this, and this. So, let's see. Shouldn't buy more than 5 items. No, I'm not talking about this. Ought not to buy bananas if they like carrot and bread. No. Mustn't buy other fruits in case they are buying bananas. No. Should buy other products in case they are buying bananas. Yes. Should buy other products, you know. So letter D. You know. Read the following statements and mark the most logical reply. Remember, logical reply. So, this yogurt I bought tastes pretty sour and smells funny. Pretty sour, em português, é azedo, e o smells funny cheira estranho, ok? So, you mustn't eat yogurt? No, let's imagine, you're never gonna eat yogurt again in your life? No. You should take it back to the store for a refund. Okay? So is that. You don't have to eat, no. The supermarket down the street is having a special offer. If you buy 1 bottle of sauce, you get another for free. I don't like hot sauce that much, but I can't miss the opportunity. Look, you mustn't consume hot sauce. You'd better buy 2 bottles, or you shouldn't buy things if you don't need them, you know? So is that. Sorry, guys. Do I have to buy all these products to close my pores after I shave? You mustn't buy aftershave products at all. You must buy products to smell nice too. No, you don't have to use products to close your pores. Cold water will do the same thing, you know? So is that. Is that, guys? Pay attention. I'd like you to do the page 29 and 30, tá? And one more thing. Eu quero que vocês façam a página 29 e a página 30. And page e as páginas. Sorry. 117, 118, 119 e 120, ok? So 117, 118, 119 and 120, you know, for the next class. So you have a lot of homework, I know that, but you have to do, okay? So please, I want you to do that. Don't forget it, okay? So for the next class, because the next class, our next class is going to be at Zoom, so don't forget it, okay? So I'm waiting for you. Next class on Wednesday. See you. Bye-bye. Have a nice Monday and have a nice week. Kisses. See you.